Well, Thanksgiving, I'm gonna do a little, some of this brush I gotta clean up in the yard here, and I'm gonna show you guys what's been going on with me. I got this other this shed, 17 foot, and it's the same size, the same height as my other one I got there. I'm gonna show you what I got going on. Got a bunch of lawnmowers in here, and then this other shed, and it's got barn doors. I think I'm gonna leave the barn doors. It's a pretty nice unit. I gotta make a ramp here, and I loaded it, brought it in on this thing here, and put a come along on the other thing and put it right in place. I took my John Deere 430 with a plow and I pushed it into place. It's got a lock and diff in the back. Posi traction. I'll show you what I got going on. I got a gantry here because I've been playing around with these cozy cabs and they're really heavy. So this like 500 pounds without the doors and the windows, and very, very, very heavy. So I got 4 of these now, cozy cabs, and well sought after. I picked up some John Deere tractors. This is a 430. This one here needs runs pretty good. It needs a new pan, and I gotta fix the bottom of this cozy cab because it was a little rotted. So I cut all the bad out, and I gotta fabricate some new pieces for it. But I made this little cot here. I laid it on this thing so I can move it. It's gonna go in the garage, and I gotta work on it. And I'll fab this up, and you won't even know it's been fixed when I'm done. I got a bunch of blowers here. I got some 49 blowers. This is a quick connect blowers. I got a couple of those 49 2-stage. I got a plow. I got a 59-inch blower. I might use that on one of my 430s. I got a couple of 49-inch blowers for the 420, 430s. I got a couple of single-stage for the 318, and I got a 49-inch 2-stage for the 318. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. I picked up this back plow here. I'm going to modify that for my 430. I've been working on a couple of 430s. I'll show you what I got going on with that. I got another one here that I picked up. I put a plow on it, and that's how I pushed that unit into place with this thing. This one here needs glow plugs, and it needs a new solenoid. So for me to start it, I gotta lock the solenoid open. And it needs a set of glow plugs. It's really hard to start when it's cold out. It's all full of soot and stuff because they didn't have the muffler on it. So I got this muffler piece, and I had to re-weld all this bracket in the back here. I had to weld that back on it and had to fabricate this thing all back together. I should have did a video on that, but I didn't. This one's got a rear PTO, 2,000 RPM for the rototiller, and this one's got they all got 3-point hitches on them. These are nice units. These are 430s. These are diesels. So what I gotta do is take this over to the hose and rinse it all off because it's all full of soot. They didn't have the muffler on it. I got a new set of glow plugs coming. There's 3 of them in there. There's a little relay in here, glow plug relay, that I think was bad, and it kept those glow plugs on because I got power going to them, but there's no ohms going through them. So I know the glow plugs are bad. It's hard starting and it's cold. Once it starts, it runs fine. And I got a couple of more in the garage. I've been playing around. I'll show you what I got going on there with that. So that one there had a cozy. I'll show you the rototiller. What a flipping beast for the rear PTO. It's right here. It's a 50-inch rototiller. It's a flipping monster. But I got all this stuff in here. I'm flipping going crazy buying all this shit. Going nuts. Got some 60-inch decks over there. I got 6 of them. And then we're for the 430s and 420s. Alright, inside my garage, I picked up this 430 from some guy in Maine. It had this 49-inch 2-stage blower on it. And it's got hydraulics for the chute, which is a 3rd set. They usually only come with like 2 sets of hydraulics. This one's got a 3rd set for this, which is kind of cool. That was an add-on. There's another 430. It's a diesel. This one's got a cozy cab also. I made this little cot here because I said it's really heavy. I had 4 people help me get this thing off of here. I mean, it was really heavy with 4 people. I made this little cot, and I got that gantry outside, so I'm just going to wheel it over, lift it up with the gantry, and load it down over here. This one here wouldn't, when I bought it, it wouldn't move. You put it in gear, it wouldn't move. Come to find out, guy blew the axles right out of it. Blew both axles out of it. So I had taken it all apart, took the transmission all apart. I should have did a video on that, but I got 2 new axles. I took the rear differential apart, cleaned it all out with my parts washer. There was all little pieces of metal in there. Thing works fine now. What happened was, this one's got a locking differential here. You push this down, it locks the rear end. And then you got a high-low. On the 420s and the 430s, I got this 2-speed, and I got the lock and diff. Now, what happened was he got this thing stuck in the mud, and he was revving it up with the tires spinning, and he hit the locker and blew the axles apart. You can't do that. If you push the locker down, you gotta be going slow or stopped. You push the locker down, now you pause your traction, and then do what you gotta do, and then release it. But you don't want to be going high speed and push that locker down because there'll be a problem. So this thing is this is a diesel. Let's see if it should start right up. Got a rear PTO. So, this is going to be my new snow machine. I'm going to get this cab on it now. I got 4 of these cabs. I got 1, 2 outside, 3 in the shed. And I got another one over there on a 318. You can see what they look like, the cozy cabs. They're well sought after. They're hard to find. That one's in real good shape. That's a 318. I got a 420 here. This one's got a really low hours. It's got an oil leak on the front seal on the motor. I got to pull the motor out and fix the leak. But I had bought this because I got a good deal on it, and I didn't know if I needed the lock and diff for the other one, so. Anyway, this dash has got a small crack on it, and I pulled it out, I cleaned it all, and the 2 little tabs in the back were broken, so I put a couple of screws in there to bolt it down. And the 420s and the 430s, I got 3 levers. The 318s only got 2, and this is a much bigger tractor. It's got bigger tires. It's got the deluxe seat. You can see it's a spring seat. So when you sit on it, it goes down. That's what they call a deluxe seat. They got the kind that tip, which this one is, and then they got one that don't tip, which I got over here. I got another 430 I picked up here. This one's got really low hours. This one has also got the 2,000 RPM rear PTO 3-point hitch. This one's got like 800 hours on it. It's like brand new, this 430. And I got some 50-inch decks. Now the 50-inch decks for the 430s and 420s, I got a drive shaft. So I got 3 of them. And I'm going to probably run the 50-inch decks because I don't have a big yard. And you could put a bagger on it with the 50-inch deck. You could use a bagger, rear bagger. Now the 60-inch decks, which I have also, you can't hook up a bagger to them. So that's what I've been doing, playing around with this thing. I don't like this seat for some reason. I'm not a big fan of this seat. But anyway, this 420, I gotta pull the motor out and replace the seal. So you can see it's leaking oil. But it's got low hours. I think this thing had 800 hours. This one's got a 3-point hitch also, a partial 3-point hitch. This one is in good shape. It's a 420. 420 has got a gas motor. The 430 has a diesel motor, water cooled, which is a better setup. So I got 4 430s, 1, 2 outside. I'm going to be putting them 2 in the shed that I got. And then I got 3 420s. And I think I got 9 318s. Flipping nuts. So that's what I've been doing, playing around with these tractors. I kind of really enjoy this shit. My truck's been out in the shop for 2 weeks now. Blew the ECM. I was blowing white smoke all over the place, and we got that straightened out. Now I need a turbocharger, which I got coming next day here, which should be here Friday. So I haven't had a truck for a couple of weeks. I got a couple of more of these 318s in here, and I got a bunch in the shed out back. This has got a 50-inch deck. That one's got a 50-inch deck, and I got to put one together for my sister. And I just been playing around in the garage here. What I got to do is get this thing out of here. Start that other one up outside and take it over to the hose and rinse it all off. It's all full of that black soot because they didn't have the muffler hooked up, and it doesn't have the glow plugs are not working. So it's hard starting. Here's one of the relays for the glow plugs. I think that one's bad. Well, that's what I've been doing. Playing around with my tractors, staying out of trouble, I guess. I'm going to start doing some videos on these tractors. I should have did a video when I pulled the rear end apart. I pulled this thing all apart, pulled the rear end all out, the axles, and to find out what was ailing this thing. I thought it might have been a pump, but it wasn't. Blew both axles apart. Now these axles are 1 inch longer than the 318 ones. So the tires are bigger. It's just a bigger tractor. You got the 318 series, 300 series, and you got the 400 series, which is the 220, the 420, which is the gas motor owning, and then you got the 430, which is the diesel, which is longer, water cooled, much better unit. I think I'm gonna stay with the 430s. This thing will start, but it's gonna be hard starting. I fixed the muffler on this thing too. He didn't have a muffler, and it was all busted up. And I gotta get another bracket for it. It must have. So anyway, see if this thing will start. It's gonna be hard starting. I know that. The glow plugs aren't working, so once it starts, it's fine. Ooh, there she goes. Oh man, Come on, Ellie. Yeehaw! I said I gotta get the glow plugs and I gotta get it over and rinse all this shit off of here. The other one should start right up. This other one should start up easy enough. This one needs a new pan. That's not a big deal. I got extra pans. I gotta hold this in. This one started right up. This one's gonna need some screws too. See how it's going? This one don't have a rear PTO on it though, but it's got a rear weight box. This one has the cozy cab. See how easy they start when you got the glow plugs and everything working properly? I gotta go rinse this off, get all this soot off it. See, that's how I'm shutting it off. Now watch, this thing will start right up now that it's warm. I got a new solenoid coming. The solenoid's bad. Should start right up now. Well, I got a new set of glow plugs coming, and a new solenoid for this one. It's got some cool tires on it. That rear plow is going to go on this thing. I'm going to modify it, fit. This one's got the deluxe seat, the tip deluxe seat. This one's got the rear PTO. The rear PTO, I guess is the problem with the drive shaft. He said the pump was a little worn out, so I got a new drive shaft for it. I'm gonna have to replace the pump on this, either that or switch the PTO to that other one. We'll try to get you some shots as I go along and start doing some of this stuff. These are all going in that shed that I bought. This is the stuff I use. I soaked it down real good. I'm just going to give it a good rinse. Get all this black soot off of here. Give it a good rinse with the hose. This is good stuff, this purple shit. Come back to life. Rinse all this stuff off it. I'm going to change the glow plugs and, like I said, the fuel solenoid. I got stuff to do. I got the brake rods I got to change on this thing. Do what I can on it. A little bit at a time. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? The water was just flipping full of soot. Really bad. Like I said, they didn't even have that muffler piece on there, so I'm going to give it a good rinsing. Get all this, clean it off. Look at the hood was all black. I think I said it needs glow plugs because it's not starting when it's cold. Once I get it started, it's fine. I did test them. I know the glow plugs are bad. You don't like her? Give it a good douche. Give it a good bath. It's a good scrubbing, Mama. We have to hit it a couple of times with the industrial cleaner to get it clean. Get shit out of there. I do this on all my tractors. Give it a good how you doing with the cleaner. I like these diesels, they're nice. Hopefully it starts after. Should. It's a flipping shit show. Look, black coming off it. Yeehaw. I said I might have to do it a couple of times, but give it a good how you doing. Good hosing. I got the guy even took all the fuse relay and shit. I got another wiring harness for it. I picked up off eBay. We'll fix it up. I enjoy doing this stuff, to be honest with you. We'll let it dry good and get some of that black soot off of there. Can't believe it's so warm out. Thanksgiving, nice and warm out. Surprising. These are all going in that shed that I just picked up, so for the winter. I'll have them in the garage working on them. All right, well, let's start. I don't know. We'll find out. I got all the side panels for it and stuff. He's a runner! He's a runner, Mama. He's a runner! this one too, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. Right now I'm just holding the solenoid open for it to run, because if I unhook that, it'll shut off. When I turn the key on, it opens and then it shuts off, so I think it's a bad solenoid. Go runner!